Anak ng dingdong, ano yung stairs na yan?
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today is the start of the first ever series that's going to be in this channel. It's called Filipino YouTuber Reviews, or just FYR because it's too long and I don't want to type it in the title, it's going to be too long. This series is about me talking about underrated Filipino YouTubers, or at least I believe that they're underrated. So yeah, if you want to see more content like this, then please support the video and the channel. Suggest any YouTuber or underrated Filipino YouTuber in the comment section, and I will try to review them in the future. But yes, in today's video, in the very first episode, we're going to talk about Llyan Oliver, Austria. Now I have a little disclaimer, and it's that this video is recorded ahead of time. Currently it is August 12, 2020, and by the time this video gets uploaded, it's probably the last week of August. So yes, the details, the numbers that are going to be presented in this video are definitely going to be inaccurate and out of date, but I had to make videos ahead of time because I'm also a college student, and well, let's just say college is pretty busy. And videos like these take a lot of effort in editing, in research, and well, talking, I guess. Llyan Austria is an architect YouTuber that has garnered a combined 1,371,000 subscribers in both of his channels, with his main channel having around 457,000 subs and his second channel having around 914,000 subs. His second channel is the more successful channel of the two, with his videos having a combined 19 million views, while the views on his main channel having 3 million less views. Now you might be thinking to yourself, then how is he underrated if he has these amounts of numbers? Good question there, imaginary Llyan. The reason why he's underrated is that there's not a lot of content creators like him in the platform, because most of the content creators in YouTube are usually vloggers, and there's a lot of them in YouTube, and it's very easy to become famous as a vlogger. Not easy, but it's a lot easier compared to contents like this to become famous and be recognized in the Filipino YouTube community. Now right now it's actually getting a lot of attention, a lot of views from people, but in my opinion, it's probably still not enough. For the reason being that he only has like 914. Now yes, maybe around this time he already has 1 million subs, which is obviously still big. But I believe that he should be one of the top YouTubers in this platform because he makes content that is very helpful and at the same time very entertaining too. And not a lot of people in this community are able to do something like that. Or usually the ones like Paulo or Nico David or other Filipino YouTubers that have informative channels tend to get less views because maybe they're just not as entertaining as the vlogs. I don't know. But yeah, that's why I think he's underrated, and I hope you understand. If you don't think that he's underrated, then that's completely understandable. That's your opinion. It's fine. This is my video, not yours anyways, so yeah. Both of his channels have different content, but it both talks about things that are related to architecture. His main channel, which is the English speaking channel, so if you're a foreigner watching this video, I suggest you watch that channel because it's easier to understand than his second channel. But yeah, anyways, his main channel has content that is more catered to how he works as an architect, and some few reaction videos on quote-unquote big brain workers in, I assume, his field. Between the two channels, this is the more informative one, but it doesn't restrict itself in just being an informative channel because there are times when it does become humorous too, but the majority of the videos are usually just informative ones that are not meant for entertainment. It's probably meant for learning. His second channel, which is the Filipino/Taglish speaking channel, has content that also talks about architecture, but it is less serious when it comes to information that he puts out. The information that usually gets put out in this channel are simpler and a lot easier for people to understand. What I mean by that is if you're not an architect or have no interest in being one, then the architectural terms he teaches people in this channel are super easy to understand because he explains it as if the viewer has no idea about the certain architectural terms. basically like architecture for dummies. Now this isn't wrong obviously, because I also assume that a lot of his viewers in this channel are viewers that came from the YouTubers that he reacted to. I don't know if there is a lot of architects in those viewers because there's no certain analytic out there that really specifies on whether most of them are architects or not. So assuming that most of his viewers came from channels that do not talk about architecture, a lot of them, including me, have no idea about terms or materials that are being shown in the videos that he is reacting to. Now, I'm not saying that the second channel isn't informative at all, but it caters more to the entertainment side more than the informative one. Personally, I find the second channel more entertaining, which makes sense since it's the more popular one. And another reason why his second channel is more interesting, or I guess more famous, is because it's easier to relate to. You see your favorite YouTubers on that channel, and it's just easier to relate yourself into the video since you've been watching these YouTubers and you don't really have to know him as much. But since you're already here, you have to, and well, that's how he garners them views and subs in this channel. The vibe of his two channels are very lighthearted and very easy to digest. If he needs to explain something, he explains it well and sometimes adds a bit of humor into it, which helps the viewers, or at least me, understand what he's talking about more. And yes, if you can't tell, it is very helpful. Both of the channels are growing in a good pace, but his second channel, which I thought was his main channel actually, is growing rapidly. At the time I'm recording this video, his second channel already has around 914,000 subscribers. Again, maybe he already has like 1 million at this point. But to put things further into perspective, he has only been consistent on this channel for about 3 weeks prior to this recording. The first time I discovered this channel was around the same time he was growing really fast. And around that time, I remembered that his channel had an almost identical number of subscribers to his main channel. So in the span of 3 weeks, he has gained around 400 to 500,000 subscribers, which is crazy because me in the span of 1 week I gained 12. I can't say the same for his main channel though, because yes, his main channel is also growing, but it's nowhere near as fast as his second channel in terms of how fast his sub count is rising. Although it is understandable why, for the reason being that his second channel talks a lot about different Filipino YouTubers, and a lot of people who don't know who he really is decides to watch his videos because their favorite YouTuber gets featured on it. Unlike his main channel, where he barely mentions any famous Filipino YouTuber. But either way, he's probably one of the fastest, if not the fastest, content creator that is rising in the Filipino YouTube community. So you should definitely check him out. Okay, so this part is the critiquing part. I'm gonna say things that I don't like about his channel, his content, and I'm also going to say the things that I do like about them. I'm gonna do this for every single YouTuber so that there's a perspective from you, the viewer, on who or which YouTubers I'm talking about and how good or bad they are. So first, let's start with the negatives. Whenever he makes jokes, it usually has bad timing and bad execution to the point that it's just awkward. He's like that one friend who tells you a joke that's supposed to be funny, but then you kind of don't get it because it came out of nowhere and it's just, why are you making this joke? He also tends to have the same delivery whenever he tells jokes. For example, insert a joke, and after saying that, he usually says, and he does that a few times in one video, which can get pretty annoying, but not to the point where you have to dislike him or click off the video. Though this one rarely happens, or I'm not even sure, maybe I think it rarely happens. Though this one rarely happens, he usually gets out of topic and talks about something entirely not connected to the video, which can make the video confusing or I guess boring. It's kind of unnecessary basically. Now on to the positives. As I mentioned earlier, he explains things really well. The way he does it is also pretty entertaining and not dragging, which is pretty hard to do because whenever a video in YouTube is informative, they tend to be boring after the first few minutes. Like I watched a video on how to get more views in your videos and I got bored watching it after 3 minutes. And the video is like only 16-17 minutes long and his videos have almost the same length, but for some reason it's not boring. The reason being is that he adds humor as a part of the learning experience to the point that it's actually also entertaining and also helps you understand it a bit more. Now I did say that he tends to have bad timing on his jokes, but he's not an unfunny person. In fact, the times when he's funny are usually the times when he doesn't try or when it subtly happens. You don't even realize he made a joke and then you just laugh. Yeah, it's not unfunny, just sometimes or most of the time he just has bad timing. He also has a friendly and likable personality, and he also tends to be respectful of the YouTubers that he is reacting to, which leaves a good impression on the viewers that came from the YouTubers that he's reacting to. Hence why he's growing super fast, and that's why his videos in his second channel have these amount of views. Llyan Austria isn't a perfect YouTuber, just like how every YouTuber is in this platform, but he does have a good and likable personality, which helps his channel grow even more, as I mentioned earlier. My rating for him is 8.5 out of 10. I believe he has a lot of potential left and that he might even be one of the biggest Filipino YouTubers in the future. One last thing, I just want to say thank you to him for letting me use his videos as background videos in this video. Wow, that's a lot of videos in one sentence. So he is partly responsible for the content that you're seeing right now. But yeah, that is it, guys. Thank you for watching the video. If you want me to do more videos like this, then please support this video and suggest any underrated Filipino YouTuber in the comment section, and I will try to review them. But yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Goodbye. I'll see you next time.